It is our quality time interview on Kansas Sports Chatter, an opportunity to spend a little extra time with our next guest. And today's guest, Jon Orndorff, the head soccer coach at Tonganoxie High School. Coach, appreciate your time. And I was talking to a golf coach earlier, and I was asking her, like, is the month of September like one of the ideal times to be playing golf? So I'll ask you the same question: is September a pretty good month for soccer, or do you have a better preference?
October is my favorite for sure. September, it's not that bad. This false fall has been great, but you ride those heat waves too, so you're always having to change your schedule. And sometimes now with these heat rules, they're making you go at 5:30 in the morning just so you can get your practice in. And so October, you're guaranteed pretty much just to play. But September's it's pretty nice too. It beats August by far.
That's what I was gonna say. What is it like when you're training during the summer, during the
Mhm.
heat, and then you obviously are working your way up to hopefully something special in October, November. So, like, what is that like just going from one end to the other?
It's a struggle beginning with just, um, especially your coaching wise. You're having to take time for water and stuff like that, just stay hydrated and make sure guys are fine. But it helps because by the time you get to October, though, the guys are fit, and that nice, cool, 50-degree game isn't a big deal and doesn't wear on them as bad. But starting early in the that August, it's a little bit of a struggle to start, but and the cramps happen a lot more, and then they just kind of magically disappear as the season goes on, which is great for the guys because I mean you don't want to see them cramping up at all, but just the Kansas weather is just kind of crazy for the boys season.
Well, in the month of September, what do you expect from your team? Like, what things are you looking to see as far as improvements go, or anything like that? Like, what do you want to see from your team in September?
Yeah, so especially your first few games for us, it's gonna be mistakes left and right. And what I tell them is like, make your mistake. And if we make our mistakes now and we learn from them, or in October, it should pay off, or we're gonna not make that mistake. And so I'm full force. Let's go. Just do what you can as fast as you can, so we can make that mistake, and then we can get ready for October. But you're also doing the team building part where the guys are you're trying to get them all to cohesive units and to be buddies with each other at the same time. But then you're also working to can we get that first touch, make sure it's right, and then what do we do when we get the ball? So you're hammering that more down in September because October you kind of get into the tactical side of it. So, but uh, September is more fundamental. Make sure we're cohesive, and then just enjoy the ride as we make mistakes left and right. But that's fine.
Is that an easy message to get across? And I guess just even educating and coaching, guys and gals that are 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, is that an easy message to get across?
And it's difficult. And each player is going to take it differently as well. They're because they'll make their mistake and they'll hang their head during the game, and you're just hey, we're going to make that mistake. And really, what I want to see, I want to see you pick your head up and just keep playing. Don't take that time off. Some players they understand it a little bit better than others, but by the end of the season, I think everybody understands because beginning of the season, I think they learn that I'm not going to pull them because you made a mistake in that game. I'm going to pull you because you look gassed or you just look lost. But I'm not going to, you had a bad pass. So what? We're going to have tons of those. So that it, it just, some guys understand, especially the older guys and then the newer guys coming into the program. It just takes them a little bit. But we don't ride them that hard on mistakes, especially early in the year. So that helps out a lot. I think if it was different, if we were just getting on to them every time they made that mistake, I think that would be a little bit harder to pick up for them. But we're pretty forgiving because this is the perfect time to make those mistakes.
Sticking with that, trying to get that message across, coach, have you noticed like some of them might relate more to their peers or, from a teammate or an upperclassman? And if so, like, how do you kind of do that balance? Okay, hey, I'm going to tell you this, but maybe you're going to relate better if, one of your teammates tells you.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're very fortunate this year. We have some really good senior leadership. Um, we've a couple of seniors that have been here for a while, and they understand. They've been with the program. They understand what needs to happen, and they're great players too. So there's times where I just go through that player and like, hey, we're gonna. Well, there's a couple ways. I'm going to have you kind of run stuff. So I have one senior, he leads our warm ups and everything. So that kind of gets things ball rolling. So the guys kind of get used to him and trusting him and saying, okay, hey, this is the guy we go to. And then also, I might pull one of these guys to the side and just say, "Hey, I just need you to kind of get on to this kid, not in a bad way, but encourage him and pick him up and tell him all this good stuff he's doing, and then help him. Look out for if we're doing a session. I want you to look and see what he's doing, and then pay attention, and then kind of help correct that." And I think like you're spot on. It helps so much more when you have those players and that are looked up to by the younger guys in the program, and it's going to help a lot. And there's some guys where they just ask you to, just yell at me. I want to be yelled at. And so you appreciate that too, because, and this time the way the age is now, I don't feel like you have that as much in the soccer world where players want to be yelled at. As in when I was playing and younger, that was just you got yelled at if you get messed up. And so it's a totally different world, I think, now from when I played when I was younger to where we are at now. But you're finding different routes to connect to those players. And it might not even be me. I might be trying to, I'll connect with my senior more and then he can push it on to the guys that need it.
Talk with Jon Orndorff, the head coach of the Tonganoxie soccer teams. Why coaching for you? What got you interested in the game of soccer, and then going on to coach?
Well, I've played soccer all my life and played a year of college and had a knee injury. So I figured that was kind of done. And so I was actually doing a kick around with some friends. And then one of them, he actually ran a club program. And he's like, hey, I want you to come coach with us. So Keith Nelson was his name. And so I went and coached with him and I learned a heck of a lot. He's an awesome coach. He's known around here for, he's a club. I can't remember what it is, but with the athletics. And so it was a point where he had 7 club teams and I was just right there next to him through it all. So just learning a lot. And then I was contacted by Matt Gordon, and he's the awesome coach as well. And he wanted to see if I was interested in going back to my alma mater and coaching high school for Maranatha Academy. So, and I was like, yeah, I'd love that. That'd be awesome. So that's kind of what got me started 10 years ago in the high school world. And then did coach there for a couple of years, took over the girls program there as well. And just, I fell in love with the high school game and loved coaching them because you get to connect more, I think, then I mean, you might have them for 3 months, but they see you throughout the whole year and when you're around the school, being a Rule 10 coach, so I'm not teaching there, but I try to make my presence known and see them throughout the year. And I just building those relationships with those kids, it's just great. And then to where now it's so rewarding, just not even the soccer part, is I mean, you get invited to weddings of past players and stuff like that, and just see them grow through life. I think that's my favorite thing now is building these relationships with these guys and this seeing where they go in life and knowing you had a tiny, tiny bit in helping them get where they're at. But it's been such a great journey coaching. And I've been here for with Tongi with the boys for 8 years, and I've loved every second. And I couldn't imagine coaching anywhere else. It's such a great school. The leadership here is great, and just the boys are just wonderful.
You mentioned 8 years now at Tonganoxie. Like, what was the initial attraction to come over there with Tonganoxie, and then what was that experience like when you're first starting out?
So when I well, my wife and I, we decided when we were gonna get married, we're gonna build a house out here near Tongi. That's where she lives or lived her whole life. And then so we started building the house, and then the job was posted, and I was like, man, I was like, it'd be a big jump. We were 2A at Maranatha and going to a 4A, and I just thought, man, that'd be hard to get. And then somehow they hired me and chose me. So that was really just I wasn't driving 45 minutes to go coach, and I got to move up to a bigger program. And then coming in my first year, it's different. You're going from where I was Maranatha and I didn't have a JV team to where now you have a consistently 40 guys every year.
Sure.
And it's just different in having to wrap your head around, okay, we've got to develop these guys JV wise. And then also we've got to work with the varsity and just keep high level on the varsity. But my first year, we had the only undefeated regular season in Tonganoxie history. And then we ended up losing in the quarterfinals to Spring Hill in 2017. So that was a fun ride. It was really fun, and that really, I mean, any coach that goes into their first school year with that school, and you go undefeated in your regular season. I mean, I think you just fall in love with the school, and
Right.
it helps a lot. So I've been very fortunate to have that. Had great groups of guys throughout the program, but that first group is very special, and that's not knowing them before I even came here. I was kind of it's one of those risks you take, but it was the right move, and I've never looked back, and I've never even wanted anything else. This is Tongi is very special, and it's a very special town, and everybody's just involved together, and it's just been great.
Last one for you, coach. I mean, a lot of times, like people will classify certain towns or cities like, okay, hey, this is a baseball town, or this is a football city or football school. Like, what is the soccer culture like in Tonganoxie, and how has it grown?
Oh, when I first got here, it was very you went rec and then you went and played high school soccer. So back in 2018, I started a club program here as Tongi FC. And so that kind of got the ball rolling on the club side of it. And to see them grow, I think last year they were up to 7 teams. And then this year they just merged with Kansas City Athletics, so way bigger club in Kansas City, but now they have all those resources. So, but now you look at the turf field when we built it, I want to say it was 2020. We built that turf field here at the school. It is, you come here in the summer, you come in an evening, just in the or in the fall and the spring, it's covered with soccer players. And so there's teams practicing and using it all the time. So that's just one, and it's club teams too. It's not just rec teams out there. So it's just wonderful to see. It's been growing and growing. So I think it's going to translate great for the boys, but also it's helping us build that girls program to where it needs to be as well.
Coach, appreciate the time and best of luck the rest of the season.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for all you do.
That is Jon Orndorff, the head coach of the Tonganoxie soccer teams. That'll do it for our quality time interview.